I'm Kirsty Meakin from Naio Nails. In this video I'm going to show you how to do a graduated fade with glitters, purple and silver, and also we're going to add some chain detail as well to make it extra cool. So for this design I've already fitted a sculpting form. If you want to look at the video to how to fit a sculpting form, you can check the link below. Also we're going to do the same shape as what I've got on. We're going to do one of these nails, which is a ballerina slipper shape, because we've had lots of comments on my nails and how do we do those nails. So we're going to do this one here that's got the fade. We use all the same colours and everything and do exactly the same shape. So first of all we're going to build out with a little bit of clear. I'm going to use the medium liquid, medium sized bead. I'm just going to take a bit of excess liquid out of the brush. Just going to make this connect to the nail. And then bring this out nice and thin, really thin. Sure you keep the sides nice and straight. Tiny bit more on the natural nail. Bring that out and let that set. Now that's set a little bit, I'm going to pinch the shape just to make it a little bit slimmer, so pinch the full length of this nail. And it's just going to bring it in and make it a little bit slimmer for me. Just gently pinch that further down now with my fingers towards the tip, so it's really nice and curved. It comes to a slim end, so it's coming from here and it's tapering in. I'm going to leave the pinching tool on there while I show you the colours we're going to use. So we're going to use Musical, which is this gorgeous purple. Rock and Roll, which is black and it's got fine particles of shimmer running through it. It's really nice. It's not just a flat black, it's really nice. And then you've got Diamonds Are Forever. I wanted to sing that one. Which is a gorgeous silver. First of all, we're going to start off with Diamonds Are Forever. I am going to open all the pots because I'm going to use them all one after another. So right at the back, you're doing this really thin. You don't need a lot of this powder, it goes for miles, it really does. A little tiny bit, and it will spread really far down. It's so pigmented, you could apply it super thin, you still get good coverage. Want it nice and neat at the cuticle area. And drag that down. Really thin. Just brush it softly and it'll fade down. Even on its own it looks gorgeous, that does. Then I'm going to use Musical, which is the purple. I've not bled that bead out, it's fine like it is. I'm now going to brush backwards and drag it up onto the silver thinly, very thinly, so you create a fade. Then the bulk of the product I'm going to pattern press and pull down the length of the nail. Now I want you to, at this point I want you to look at the nail and check your fade. If you want more of the purple, just get a tiny bit, use it quite wet, and you can always use it like paint, as if it's a watercolour, and wash that up and just add little bits of colour. I'm happy with that, so we're going to move on to the next colour. Not a massive bead. See the size of that bead? It's not massive, but it's enough. Still keeping everything quite thin. Right on the end, and then again you're going to work backwards. Gently just drag it backwards so it fades over. Once you're happy with the fade, you can adjust the length and you can get your shape nice towards the tip. And what I do like to do now is I like to tap this pot. And if you tap them, see what happens? The glitter particles come to the top. Anything that's heavier actually comes to the top. And what you can see is these little diamond shapes of glitter that are in there. And I just use a wet brush, not too wet, else you'll pick up the powder. You just want to touch it, so you pick it up and you can add those in little pieces. You can even just touch the glitter and add that, and so that fades even better then with that little bit of glitter fading over. You don't need the colour, you're just picking up that bit of glitter and fading it over to the black. Now, clear. We're basically going to encapsulate all that glitter in clear, and this is where we're going to build the apex as well. So you're going to start at the back with a medium-sized bead. I don't need to bleed that out. Okay, straight at the back, tipping the finger down, tapping it just over the silver, so it's nice and thin at the back, and then you're going to bring the bead down. Don't flatten this out too much, you need your apex there. Start to stretch the product down with the full length of your brush. So you can see here you've got your apex nice in the back third, and it's going to taper down. Thin layer of acrylic encapsulating the rest of this design. Just going to let that dry a little bit and then I'll pinch it again. So I test pinch first. I just pressing gently with my fingers. It's not sticking to my fingers, so I can use it. I can go in with the tool. Let that do its thing, let it rest for a minute. And I'm going to move this up slightly, so it's a slightly stronger pinch. People ask, why do we pinch the nail? Well, there are a few reasons that we pinch the nail. We pinch the nail because we want it to look nice and thin and long. You don't want a fat nail. No one wants a really fat, chunky nail. That just doesn't look nice. What we want is a nice thin nail. And also, you're going to create a really nice deep C curve. And what that does, it creates like a bridge effect and makes it really strong. Imagine if you've got a piece of tube and you cut it in half. You try to bend it, it'd be quite hard. But if you've got something that was flat, like a nail file or a ruler, that would bend very easily. If that had a curve in it, like this, like a tube, it'd be very, very strong. And that's what it does, it gives it a lot of strength and it makes it look even nicer as well.